Hello, this is full information on temper hammers, well, for tempering. This is a part 2 because my recording ended when I cleared the task on my phone. So yes, this is a part 2. The first part is showing you just a bit of a brief information on where to get the temper hammers from. It also tells you how to find out yourself where to get the temper hammers from. So now in this video, we're going to be talking about how to do the tempering and how it all works. So as you can see, like I said in the previous video, I've got a purple blade. Now I want to focus on increasing my blade damage. Because I use Executioner's blade, I want to keep my damage up on that area, that class, to be my finishing move and stuff like that. So, what I'm really working on is I'm trying to get gold for blade. Now, yes, I could swap it to something else, like weapon damage, and increase my hidden weapon, or staff, or arm blade, or sword, or twin daggers. But if I'm not using that class, it's useless to me. And if I'm mainly going to be using XE, then I may as well increase XE. The other class that I could put it on and increase, and it would be useful-ish for me, would be arm blade, as I've started using that a bit more now for like Drunken Immortal and things like that, which is why I've started upgrading it. So yeah, so how this works, and in regards to the stats, I have done videos about this previously, so you can check out the videos that I've made about strengthening and things like that. This is the strengthening, which is where you can find the tempering stuff, and I have made in-depth videos about it. So yeah, now for all of these equipments that you can click on, as you can see I'm clicking on them. Now every single equipment can have both attack, defense and HP. Now you spend bound gold, bound silver, my bad, the area I'm tapping on the screen. You'll spend that to open these slots, and then once you open them, you'll be able to put any attribute that you get in there. Now how do you collect these attributes? Well, you get the temper hammers. I've told you how to do that in the previous video. Once you've got the temper hammers, let's go to this one, because obviously I'm after blade. We're just going to waste these temper hammers and see if we can get lucky. Now for me, I only need gold, but when you're new to this, you're going to need anything, whether it's green, blue or purple. No matter, even if it's just weak quality, it's better to have a weak quality one on than nothing on at all. But for me, I just want gold, so I would tick this circle to say for the game to automatically smelt any green or blue that comes up, so that I don't have to smelt them manually. Now in your case, if you've got nothing, you don't want to be smelting green or blue, you want to get them. But for my case, I don't need the green or blue. So do not put a tick in that circle like I have, if you're new to this. If you've got no... sorry about my itchy cough. If you've got got nothing on any of these slots, or they're all low quality, you want to make sure you don't put a tick in that circle. So what we'll do from this attribute where you can put your stuff on, we'll go to temper hammers. We'll put a tick in the box if you only want the gold quality or purple quality. And then we'll click temper. And then I can just click this over and over again to use all of my temper hammers. It'll automatically smelt any green or blue. That's why I'm collecting these material souls. Now, how do you get those material souls? It's obvious, isn't it? You smelt any attributes that you obtain that you don't want. And that'll get you those material souls. So that's that done. Now I'm going to go to smelt. I'm going to have a look to see if I was lucky enough to get blade, although I probably haven't, as it's really hard to get. No, I have got a few purples. All of the blues and greens have automatically been smelted while I was tempering. So now I'm going to get rid of these purples. I don't need them. And now I'm going to show you how you would actually put stats on or replace them. So to replace a stat, say I want to remove this one, I could click on it, click on replace, choose what I want to put on. Say I want to put this on, I can put it on. And then I could temper it and I could put these on it if I wanted to. I'm not going to because I don't want to upgrade this. That also being said, you'll see that the one that you've removed will now be located in this list. And it was a purple one I removed. And if I was to smelt that one that I've removed, I would not only get the meteor souls from that temper slot is worth, I will also get all of the tempering, well, all of the meteor souls that I've used on it. But in my case, I want to keep it. I don't want to get rid of it. So I'm putting the blade on because that's, oops, I don't want to upgrade that. I want to replace. Put the blade back on, replace. There we go. So now, as you can tell, that's basically how it all works. This is your slot. This is the slots for the piece of equipment that you've selected. I'm choosing this one. You get 5 slots, and you can put, that means you can put 5 attributes on. Now, what are these attributes? Well, if I click on this question mark here and scroll down, or is it not? No, I guess it, I'm sure somewhere it tells you. Maybe it's here, it tells you. So, temper, view. Yep. If you click on temper and view, it'll tell you the basic stats you can get for them. Now, keep in mind, sometimes the game does bug up. Sometimes they mix up the information. So, I will also go over in detail what it actually gives you. So, you know how to get the stats you want and what stats can be equipped on what equipment. So as you can see, for this one that I've equipped it, that I've clicked on, I click on temper, click on view, and it's telling me I can get attack, HP, defense, sword damage reduction, blah, blah, blah. Now what that basically means is you can get HP, attack, defense. You can get weapon damage reduction, but not weapon damage reduction. It's for each individual weapon. So you can get sword damage reduction, blade damage reduction, pike damage reduction, so on and so forth. Which basically means it'll reduce damage when being attacked by that weapon. That basically means if you focused on, say, pike damage reduction, it's not going to help you if somebody's using sword. Now, obviously, like I said, they do mix up the information. So this is telling me that I can get blade damage reduction on the one that I've clicked on, Cosmic. But that's incorrect. That's the game being buggy and the developers not knowing how to fix it. But it's actually weapon damage that you get for this section. So we're going to go over that in a bit more detail. If I go over to this section over here, as you can tell, if I click on a belt, which is a body armor type piece, and I click on temper, I click on view, it's saying the exact same thing. If I click on this one, and I click view, it's saying the same thing. However, when it comes to the necklace, the bracelets, the ring, Cosmic Guard, and Weapon Box, it doesn't give you blade damage reduction or whatever weapon damage reduction. What it actually gives you is damage. So it'll boost your blade damage or pike damage or twin dagger damage or whatever weapon you choose that you want to increase the stats on. Now for this side, the left side, it's weapon damage reductions basically. But not weapon damage reduction stat. I mean blade damage reduction, pike damage, sword, twin daggers, damage reduction. Okay? That's what it's going to give you. So, obviously for me, a lot of people are using blade to do their biggest damage. I'm probably going to have my left side focused on blade damage. Anyways, getting slightly off topic here, so we'll try to get back on topic. What you really want to do, for a new player especially, you want to make sure the first 3 slots, I've got to rearrange my slots, but you really want the first 3 slots to be HP, attack, defense. And then for the fourth slot, you want unique stats. Now, unique stats on here, I'm not sure if it'll show you. I believe it should. Yes, it does. Unique stats, which is this one here, is a particular stat that is only available for that weapon. So as you can see, this one says accuracy. And if I click on my equipment, as you can see, my crown does indeed have accuracy. If I click on body armor now, that one is damage reduction. And as you can see, if I click on temper and click on view, you'll see it has damage reduction percentage. That's the unique stat that is only available to that piece of equipment. If I click on belt, you'll see my belt has actually got cert resist. And if I click on temper hammer and I click on view, or if I click on tempers and view, it'll tell me the unique stats, cert resist. And we could just go through the list, click on leggings, click on temper, click on view, parry reduction, and I tell you now, I've got it. I don't even need to check. I've got them all. Click on shoes, click on temper, click on view, dodge, necklace, temper, view, parry, reduction, penetration, bracelets, temper, view, cert hit, ring, temper, view, damage reduction, penetration. And as you can see, if I go to it, I've got it, damage reduction, penetration. So let's go to this. Cosmic Guard, that one's going to be main attack, energy recovery, and that means my attack one is HP recovery. And yes, as you guessed, by boosting the HP recovery, when you do normal attacks, you'll recover a little bit of HP back. So, yeah, that's what your main attack is. It's your normal attack. So, basically, this. That's normal attack. So, yeah, let's get back into the video at hand. So, I would suggest the first thing you want to do, really, is you want to equip HP, attack and defense. Focusing on attack and defense to upgrade first. And then to upgrade, as you're going to be able to see now, I'm going to upgrade these by one, my blade damage. Let's just check where all my blade damage is. Yep. I'm okay at that. So we're going to click on necklace. We're going to, obviously you need to know how to upgrade them. So once you've smelted the ones you don't want, you'll have, what are they called? Meteor Soul. And then you can click on the stat. So blade damage. Click on upgrade. And we're just going to do one upgrade. We don't want to use all of our Meteor Soul on it. So we'll upgrade this once. And as you can see, the amount that it costs to upgrade to the next level has gone up. It's the same with your internal gems. You want to spread it evenly. Because the more you upgrade it, the more it costs. But you're still getting the same amount. As you can see, I get 32. I got that, and that's to go from level 40 to level 41. If I go to this one, level 39, I click on it, I click upgrade, it'll give me 32, and it'll cost me this much, 19.90. Upgrade once. Now it's going to cost 94.00, but it's still only going to give me 32. So keep that in mind, spread it evenly to get the most out of what you want. So if you're trying to really quickly boost your attacks with this or your defensive, focus on spreading it over your attack or over your defensive. It takes time to upgrade this stuff. It does take a long time. But yeah, I would suggest start off by getting attack, defense, HP, spread it evenly over them just to bring your might up a bit and get you some decent stats. And then the fourth one, you really want the unique skill. You know how to view what that is. You know, you click on it, click temper, click view. Rewind the video back if you need to. I went through the list in every single one of what their unique stats are. And then for the fifth one, you want to put, for the left side, whatever weapon it is you want to decrease the damage of. And then for the right side, whatever weapon you want to increase the damage of. Now keep in mind, the more that you use for it, the better off you'll be. For example, if I only upgraded one blade damage to max, I haven't got enough to get it to max, but I'd have about 2,000. But by maxing, or not far off 2,000, but maybe 1,500. But by maxing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even just to, where am I, around level 40, and I level 39 to level 40, I'm getting for my blade damage 1,300, 2,600, because that's another 1,300, 3,900, 5,200, well, less than that because this isn't gold yet, but it will be. So when it is gold, it'll be 5,200 and 6,500. So obviously 6,500 on my blade damage is going to make my blade damage a little bit better. You know what I mean? It's basically like having an additional companion on that's increasing your blade damage by 5k. That's pretty good. So I would suggest focus all of your attack ones on your strongest attack weapon that you've got. So if that's your pre-stab, focus it on that. If it's your snow sword, focus it on that. Let's just take a look at what companions he's got. It's all really based on your companions as well, because you're basically trying to put the stuff on to boost your companions. Looks like you haven't got any companions that increase sword, but you do have the twin dagger one. This one's a twin dagger, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken, or an all weapon. Let's see, what is it? Increase arm. This is arm blade. Okay, okay. All weapon damage. Okay, that's good. It's got all weapon. Your twin dagger is going to be stronger. Let's see what this will do. Pike damage and defense. That's pretty good. All weapon damage reduction and arm blade. I would probably say you're best off, because you do have companions that seem to be focused on arm blade at the moment. You're best off maxing these to arm blade damage. And obviously blade damage and stuff like that are going to give you the most problems on this game. So I would say for reduction, you probably want to reduce blade damage. P1, for example, is going to be using blade damage. So reduce the blade damage on this side. And on this side, increase your arm blade damage. It's going to help you out a lot. It's going to add to the stats that you've got on your companion, making it even better. Because you've got a couple of companions that do weapon damage, as well as weapon damage reduction, and arm blade damage. So yeah, it'll help you out with that. So yeah, that's the trick for this one. You want to go with at least one. You want to have attack, defense, and HP on all of your equipment slots. And then the fourth one, you want the unique attribute. And then the fifth one, decide which is your best attack weapon and which one is the one that causes the biggest damage and the most problems to you. And assign the fifth slot accordingly. Now, also, because you know that you're always going to have HP and attack and HP, attack and defense equipped at all times, you don't need any spare ones of them. So once you've got them equipped on that particular equipment, you can smelt the rest. So any attack, HP and defense I see in here, I get rid of. I've already got parry reduction on here, so if I see parry reduction on this equipment, I'll remove that as well. I'm not. So, as you can see, I've got arm blade, hidden weapon, sword, hidden weapon, arm blade, staff, twin daggers, sword, staff, staff, hidden weapon, staff, arm blade, and blade. Hidden weapon, hidden weapon. So I've got a lot of hidden weapons. I've got a couple of blades on this piece of equipment, which is my necklace, I believe. So yeah, you want to make sure you keep at least one of every stat, if possible 2 or more. You always really want a minimum of 2 or more. Reason being is if you're in a situation where you want to swap them temporarily, you're going to need the meteor back from it. So you're going to have to, let's say if I wanted to swap this back into twin daggers, let me just check if I have got twin daggers. What I would do is I would replace it. I've got 1 twin dagger there. I don't have many twin daggers, so I don't want to waste it on, I don't want to use up my twin dagger one since I don't have many on this equipment. But I do have loads of hidden weapons, so I'm going to do it on hidden weapons, just an example. So I'm going to replace this with hidden weapon. Let's say I want, and what I would do is I would do that for every single one of these slots. And then what I would do, because now my hidden weapon is only level 0, giving me only 32, which is very low. So what I would do now, if I wanted to swap them all to hidden weapon, is I would scroll down and I would click on the blade damage. And I would smelt. Now, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get rid of it. Unless I've got a spare blade. I'm going to just check. 1. If I've got 2 blades, I will do it. I have got 2 spare blades, so I am going to do it just for the purpose of this video. Even though I don't really want to throw this stat away. So, I'm actually going to smelt this now. And as you can see here, that's the amount it's going to give me. Exactly enough to make 140. To get me up to level 40. Now, before I do that, I'm going to use these that I've already got. Just want to throw them away because I don't want to keep them. So that's at level 40. Blade, 39. I'm going to upgrade this to 40. There we go. And that's that done. So, right, we're going to get back to necklace. I swapped my blade for hidden weapon damage. We're going to go to smelt. We're going to smelt the blade from here. Level 40 blade. Smelt now, and it'll give me all of that soul back. Now that is because it's a level 40 soul that I've just taken it off in gold quality. When I put that on my hidden weapon, it'll give me exactly level 40. So I now know I can click on upgrade and I can use all of it to bring it straight back up to level 40. But now, instead of it boosting my blade damage, it's boosting my hidden weapon damage. So if I wanted to swap over the hidden weapon, let's say I unlocked Oct, which is the strongest class in the game, or Wave, which is also another really strong class. I might swap to hidden weapon. For Wave, I'll swap to Pike. And then if I had Oct, I'd change this out. And I'd basically do exactly what I've just done here. I'd do the same on this one, the same on this one, the same on this one, and the same on this one, to basically change my stats from one thing to another. Now, obviously, I don't want to use this. I want to change it back. So I'm going to go to smelt. No, I'm not. I'm going to change it back first. I'm going to replace this one with a blade. I know I have a couple of blades, so I'm okay. Replace. There we go, I've equipped my blade. And now I'm going to smelt the arm blade. Not the arm blade, the hidden weapon, the level 40. Give me all of that stuff back. That's that smelted. Now when I click on this, and I click on upgrade, I'll do quick upgrade to send it straight to 40. There we go. So, yeah. Now, when it comes to quality and you're new to the game, you want to get up to gold. But if you've only got green or blue or purple, whatever, just equipped it. Your objective, first of all, is to get attack, defense, HP on each one. So you work. So you're going for attack, defense, HP. If you don't get enough for the other slots, forget it. Move on to the next. Move on to this one. Attack, defense, HP. Even if it's just green, just equipped it. Smelt what you don't need. Try to keep 2 of every stats at least. Same here. Same here. Same here. You want attack, defense, HP. And then after that, you're working on the unique stats and then choosing for your 5th slot which weapon you want to increase and decrease the resistance of. So boost your attacks and decrease what your enemies can do to you when using that particular weapon. So that's it in full detail, I believe. I think that's everything you need to know. So what I did is I basically, when I got some temper hammers, I just did some quick tempers. So I just clicked on temper. I didn't have this ticked. I used some of my temper hammers. I equipped it attack, defense, HP. And then anything that I had spare, I just threw on just as extra. And then I focused upgrading attack, defense, and HP to 20. Once I got attack, defense, and HP on every single slot. So yeah. And once I got attack, defense, HP on every single slot at green quality, at least a minimum green quality, then I worked them up to blue, and then I worked them up to purple. And that's what you do. So if you don't get purple or gold, don't destroy it and keep trying for purple or gold. You know what I mean? If you only get green, put it on. You can always work up after when you get more temper hammers. You know what I mean? Your objective first, though, is to get the stats on every single equipment. So that's what you should do. And then, obviously, you can smelt them after to change them to better stats when you get better stats. So if you get something that's better, replace it. Then replace what you was upgrading and using with something better. Smelt what you now no longer need. And put the upgrades on the stuff you've just equipped it. So, yeah, it's basically as simple as that. So, for example, if these were all green or blue quality, I just used some temper hammers and got them in gold quality, and these green or blue quality were upgraded to max or whatever, I would just replace them, as shown how to do when I was on my necklace and I was messing around with my blade damage. I would just replace them, smelt the old stuff, put it on the new one. That's it. So yeah, thank you for watching. This video is going to drag on too long if I don't end it now. So I hope this helps. This is all about temper hammers. Thank you and bye bye.